Okay, so the next one is x squared plus 8x plus 16. Looks like a fairly easy one. A minor twist to it. So it has to multiply to a positive, add up to a positive. They're both going to be positives. So it's going to be 1 and 16, 2 and 8, 3 doesn't work, 4 and 4, and that's it actually. Okay. So this adds up to 17, 10, 8. And that's the winner. It's the 4 and the 4. Which is, of course, the slightly different part because it's x plus 4 times x plus 4. But in this case, we can't just leave it like that. We actually have to do one more step. And the one more step is you have to write it like this. X plus 4 squared. So x squared plus 8x plus 16 is x plus 4 squared. We actually have a name for this one. We call it a perfect square trinomial. I spelled that wrong. Trinomial. Which is just three terms that happen to be something equal to something squared. Okay. Oh, we're missing something here. So that's the entire example. So what are we missing? What we're missing is the x term. We're missing the middle term. So what this actually is, another way of writing it, would be x squared plus 0x minus 25. So it's to multiply to minus 25 and add up to 0. So it's going to be 1 and 25, so minus 1 or minus 25. 2 doesn't work. 25 divided by 3, no. 25 divided by 4, no work. 25 divided by 5, that works. I guess negative could be on the other side. And which one of these adds up to 0? Well, that doesn't add up to 0, and that doesn't either. But this one, minus 5 and 5, that adds up to 0. And so this is going to be x minus 5 and x plus 5. More importantly, this is another special one. We're going to call this one a difference of squares. So it's a difference of squares. And a difference of squares is where you have, so let's take a look at the original one again. So difference is, for example, if I say what's the difference between 7 and 3, you would say, okay, the difference between 7 and 3 is 4. It's the subtraction. Let's say find the difference. So for a difference of squares, this is a perfect square. This is 5 squared. This is a perfect square. It's x squared. So it's the difference, the subtraction between two perfect squares. And it factors into this plus this, this minus this. And that's going to be true for anything that's of that format. That's a difference of squares. So there's a 3 in front, but we're not going to mess around with it. The simple factoring, by the way, only works if there's a 1 in front of the x squared. If there's not a 1 in front of the x squared, it's something called complex factoring. So we have the 3 in front of that. We're going to kind of ignore the 3. We're just going to factor the thing inside the bracket. It's going to add up to this, multiply to this. They're both positive. Multiply to 5, it's 1 and 5. There's no other option. So this is going to be x plus 1, x plus 5. And that's the answer for that one. So 2x squared minus 7x minus 14. I'll start a new sheet of paper. Example 11. I kind of in my head was thinking about where I was going with the answer. So 2x squared minus 14x plus 24. Now I just said before that you can't have a 2 and it has to be a 1 in front. But in this case, we could do something called common factoring. So if you don't remember common factoring, you could go look at a common factoring video. So this common factors into x squared minus 7x plus 12. And now we're on the format of the other one. We wanted to add it to this and multiply to this. It could be 2 pluses or 2 minuses. It has to add up to a negative, so it's just going to be minuses. So minus 1, minus 12, minus 2, minus 6, minus 3, minus 4. That's minus 13, minus 8, minus 7. The winner is this one, minus 3, minus 4. So it's going to be 2, x minus 3, x minus 4. And that's how you factor that one over there.